What's going on? Y'all are tuning in to the 386 ShitCast.
JayDogg, baby.
Our guest today, JayDogg, my dad. We gonna get into it. Shit. So tell them how you got started in rap. What made you want to get into rap?
Well, when I was young, I grew up in the '80s, so I'm a pretty old cat. We didn't have nothing. We had MTV, but we didn't have hip hop until probably a couple years later. I remember watching MTV and I seen NWA. I saw Too Short and cats like that. There was a lot of them, man. There was Curtis Blow. I remember Run DMC when they first came out. LL Cool J. That's who inspired me to do hip hop music.
LL Cool J.
Oh yeah, Cool J was one of the first ones. Yeah.
Okay.
One of my favorite rappers, actually. He's a lyricist anyway, for music.
Tell me how that inspired you to want to make your own music.
Well, at first I really didn't want to. I mean, it wasn't like that. It was like I used to go to my buddies, I did a little partying back when I was young, so I go to my friend's house and I just, mess around and call it karaoke, whatever you want to. I was just freestyle rapping, and we did that. I did a lot in school too, because I had black kids I went to school with, and hip hop was more a black kid thing back when I was coming up. But
I say you was before Eminem and all that. Before I say shit, you was probably before Beastie Boys.
Beastie Boys were out after I already started listening to it before they came out, but I listened to them a lot too when I was younger.
Right.
I listened to them a lot actually. They inspired me too, but because I liked how they put rock and roll, just like Run DMC did, and mixed it together. Right. And I think music's there should be no ceiling. You should be able to do what you want to do.
Right, and that's what I really like about the rap lane now is they're more comfortable with pushing the boundaries.
Yeah, and there is no boundaries in music. There shouldn't be.
And Run DMC was the first to really break down that wall when they did that. What was that song with Aerosmith?
That was Walk This Way.
Yeah. They telling you, come on over here. There's plenty to do.
Yeah. And music's it's a lifestyle. It's not just how some people say, you couldn't take my dog, you couldn't take my music. I mean, I tell them, every girl I've ever been with in my lifetime, music's first. Fuck that, it's my thing.
Most definitely. Before I got with my wife, one of the first things I told her was, hey, I make music and this is an important part of my life, and I'm gonna chase it just as hard as I'm chasing you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Hey, you gotta have that drive to really want to make something out of it. Otherwise, you're just gonna stand still. So coming up from the '80s and stuff, like you said, LL Cool J is one of your biggest influences. Who else was somebody that you would listen to perfect your craft? You know what I'm saying?
Big Daddy Kane.
Okay.
Big Pun, when he first came out, I remember he came out, I think when he first came out, he was with another big, I forgot his darn name, Diddly 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 Dee, that by, we got our own thing.
Say Big Pun, what's his name? You talking about the big Spanish dude?
Yeah, he brought him in, and then they both came out.
Damn, I can't remember his name right now.
Big Daddy, I know it was,
he a legend too.
Big Pun?
I know it was Big Pun and,
Shoot, I hate not even knowing.
I do
know the name. But we had people like DJ Scott LaRock. I remember when I was in New York with my brother when I was a kid, and I would, I didn't know who it was, and I heard the radio, and I heard the guy on the radio, and now I watched, on the internet, I see that he does, the battles and shows on these everything, and he was just a regular radio DJ when I was coming up in New York, and I think that his name was he's got a show just like they do the rap freestyle on it and stuff like that.
Talking about like Sway in the morning.
No, just like Sway, but it ain't Sway. It's he's first New York man DJ. I remember I listened to him when I got up there, and it was just off the chain. Yeah, y'all probably know who it is. I'm too stupid, I don't know, but I'll remember before this is probably over with. But yeah, I got a lot of inspiration from a lot of things. I used to watch a lot of I used to like Will Smith a lot when he first came out when I was a kid. because I came from a generation where when I heard hip hop, 2 Live Crew, Luke and them, that was really my real inspiration as far as roots deep. I was here in Florida, it was 2 Live Crew, and
I say ain't nobody touching them to this day. 2 Live Crew is their own.
And it was because
their own thing.
Music is free speech, and I think you should be able to say what you want to say, and they fought for that, and I thought that was awesome how they did what they wanted to do. They took it. They had their own lane. They paved their own way, and that's what everybody's trying to do now. And and you got to stick with it. It's hard to stick with music sometimes for people. They get frustrated and hey, I ain't going nowhere. But guess what? How old am I? And I'm still doing it. I mean, I look for that day we'd go somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, but.
What was one of the first songs you remember recording?
The first song I ever recorded? Oh, just a remake. I did a lot of LL. I used to do a lot of LL Cool J songs. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd even tell my friends when I was younger, hey man, that's me. You know, that's my rap, and I'd lie until they, because you know the white boys didn't listen to rap music, so they didn't know who LL Cool J was, so they couldn't call me on it. You know. But then now they can't. Hip hop went way farther than it used to be.
Most definitely. That's hip hop is probably one of the most mainstream genres of music at this point. Everybody listens to hip hop.
Yep, everybody.
I say the soccer moms, the blue collar dads, the fucking people in the hood. You know, everybody listening now. So coming up in the '80s, what was that like? Trying to make a name back then.
There really wasn't no way to you couldn't do it. You know, you couldn't get into music that easy then. It was like the record companies pretty much controlled who went in and went out, and
Right.
there was no. As far as you know, music goes, the real inspiration, man. When I was coming Prince, he told me, you know, years ago when he came out against the establishment, he said, "Why can't I get paid for something I'm recording in my own studio?"
Right.
Y'all are charging, you know, and him and you know, people like that. I mean, that did things on their own and you know paved their own lane. And you know, everybody used to compare Prince and Michael Jackson together. You know, they were both stars. So
Right.
and Michael Jackson too inspired me his music. I love Michael Jackson's music. I mean, I still do to this day.
I imagine it was hard to record back then because now it's $250. You can have you a nice setup at the house.
Yeah, well,
Back then you had to have like 30 different machines to do what the laptop does now.
at first, yeah, I didn't even have a microphone. See, I DJ'd first, man. What I used to do is I would I would take a tape, you know, have a tape recorder and push record,
Yeah.
pause. Every time a commercial come on the radio, I'd pause it because I just wanted the music. I didn't want the commercials and all that shit. And that's how, you know, you first recorded. And then I figured out how to stick a mic into it, and I started doing tapes and, you know, and
Well,
stuff like that. And
Talk about that. How did that come about? How did you start DJing and
Well,
doing that different type
I
of
had a
thing?
lot of friends, man, and I met a cat over in Gainesville. His name's DJ Spice, and there was a guy named Greg O'Neill, who was in Lake City, and they called him Geo, and they did, you know, DJ with Jam Pony, and I got a hookup with this guy, Big Ace. He's passed away now. God rest his soul, man. But yeah. Big Ace put me in there, man, and I did a lot of music with him and DJ Spice, and I did a couple songs with Vic, back in Studio Gainesville, if he remembers. Yeah, I did a lot of music, man, and I got a DJing, and then my buddy Mark, he became a DJ, and he went, you know, he went on to this big city, he went to Jacksonville, you know, and he started DJing in Jacksonville, and he brought me up there, went to a rave he was at. He did like, you know, mixing music like techno and stuff, but he was just badass because he had done music with us. You know, we're cutting in, we scratched records, we did it all, and shout out to my boy in Lake City, Heavy Smooth, that's my homie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And he was actually our first DJ that I ever had, and like for really recording music and doing things right.
Right.
With my buddy Curtis Phillips. That's my boy, Free Kurt.
I say free Uncle Kurt,
Yeah,
man.
Free Uncle Kurt. But yeah, and me and him, we did a lot of music, and man, it went from there. It got, you know, I had a little excitement, you know, for a couple months. We actually went on tour and we opened up for 2 Live. But my buddy went to prison, and of course, you know, I was young, stupid. I didn't know about the music game, and I decided to run. That's the only thing I knew to do, because, you know, back then, me and Kurt, when we did music, he wrote a lot of my stuff, because I've never been that great of a writer as far as writing, but Kurt used to tell me I'm a great writer. But what would happen to me is
I just said it on the last episode, I can't get this motherfucker to write for shit.
the bad thing about it is people don't know I do write, but I throw everything in the trash most of the time because I think it's not good enough, or I don't like it, or this or that. And I just heard something. I just heard a rapper in an interview, and it was Tupac, and it was a little back, and he said, you know how many hits I probably thrown away. You know, number ones. He said, you know, you don't ever throw it away. Keep it.
Right. I would say that's.
You can come back and reference it or something. It's a great, you know.
I had a problem with that when I first started doing the music, was really feeling what I was writing. And I was
Charlie,
like,
come here.
This ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? And
Come here.
it took a lot to get to the spot where I'm at now, where I'm comfortable with what I'm writing and want to show it off.
Yeah.
So
With me, it was more of a. It wasn't perfect, and you think about it. If you're trying to get good music, you try to get a plan together, and you try to do it right. You try to do the way you're supposed to format it and everything like that. And I was never into the science of it, you know. So
Right.
that's another problem that I had, because I think I couldn't grasp the fact of what I needed to do, and so forth. And I kind of messed a lot up that way, because I didn't listen to people who knew what they were talking about back in the day that talked to me. And
Right.
I got to give a shout out to my boy in Lake City, Pierre, too.
Yo, y'all go follow Pierre, man.
Yeah, Pierre's the
Lake
man.
City legend.
Me and him used to rap battle against each other when I was young, man. we'd be on the streets doing it back then. You walk right to Lake City, I see that man. Anytime we saw each other in the streets, that was our cliques. You know, we had different cliques, but they won a battle rap right there, and many times he tore me down, and I tore him down a few times. I mean, we went back and forth when we were younger, but yeah, he's an artist, man. Check him out.
So tell me about some of your experiences coming up in Lake City back in the day. Because a lot of artists nowadays, they didn't know that Lake City had a music scene for what we got going on now.
Yeah, but see, the thing about that was it was more in the black neighborhood too, at that.
Right.
I mean, because I used to Pete's Barbecue, man. We did shows down at Pete's Barbecue, Railroad Street, Lake City, and, you know, most cats don't know. I mean, I was down there when there was nobody allowed down there, you know, and I was a white boy down there. And, but my buddy Curtis brought me into that part of it. So I got, you know, I think as a rapper, I could have went somewhere because I had street cred too, because everybody on the streets knew who I was because I was out there, and you know, not everybody liked me, but hey,
I can't please everybody.
I gotta have haters. You know, you ain't going nowhere unless you got haters.
I was gonna say, like the great Cat Williams said, if you ain't got haters, you ain't doing it right.
That's right. So, but it was back then. It was just nothing but country, though, you know, and all the excitement was across the tracks over there. I mean, I used to go over there. We'd go to the club after, you know, we did a show. Right. Hey man, God rest his soul, man. My daddy, you know, Kurt's father, Lee Phillips, man, me and that cat used to have. I mean, that man right there, you took care of me, man. Took care of Kurt. You know, we wasn't perfect, but we got along pretty good.
Right.
And I'm telling you, man, the music, when I first got into music, that's the only outlet there was, you know. And the thing was, it was funny because me and Kurt went through the same things together, because when I was coming up, I had to go through, you know, the black people not liking me and didn't know who I was, you know, down there. And he went from the same when we started getting a little bit more publicity, and we went and did some shows and everything else with white people. He was kind of scared, you know, and kind of timid around, so it went both ways. So he learned how to, you know, get along, I mean, more or less with other people. And you know, there's been many times, man, we've been in clubs, and I had to talk to the person, you know, hey, look, I'm not here for no trouble, you know, I'm just like you know, I don't, you know, and usually if you talk to a person that got sense, they're gonna come around to what you're talking about.
Right. I was gonna say everything wasn't like it is now, because nowadays racism's still a big deal, but it's
not like that. It was bad back then.
I'll say back then they weren't really closeted about hiding it, and they're not really now. Last year or two, they've been coming out the woodwork now.
But I'll tell you something else about, as far as that goes, man. I'm not. Anybody can look at me and say, you know, just judge me, say, man, that guy's probably racist. I'm not racist at all. My best friend was black. I actually, when I was a young cat, I dated a girl black. I mean, I've been everywhere. I've been to St. Petersburg, Florida, you know, and down there, when I stayed down there, the scene for music wasn't nothing like here. You know, I wasn't a dancing back then. I did clogging and shit like that, you know. And you know, I like to dance my whole life too, man, but you know, not on stage, of course. But yeah, music is, you know, I give a shout out to my boy Jelly Roll too, man, because he's right when he says it's therapeutic music. You know, It speaks to you. You know, just like when the man told me the story about his mother sitting in the kitchen, and she'd be crazy, you know, and going through something, and he said she put that music on and it would straighten her out. It happened to me. I know what they're talking about. You know, music pulled me out of places that I didn't want to be.
Most definitely, and shit. Jelly Roll's been one of the ones that has pulled me out of places like that.
Yeah.
I say, because we were just talking about him on our last episode, but Jelly Roll it's crazy to see where he's gone in like the last year or two.
But he's real. That's why he went there.
That's what I was saying. Like, I grew up listening to Jelly Roll when he was on that Dope Boy shit. Now he's CMT Awards.
Well, the man's got a calling on his life, I think, and he knows it.
He definitely got a calling.
And the music's part of it. So
he just dropped another song. It's like "Forgive Me" or something like that. Just dropped like a week ago. Blew my fucking mind. Well, from the time it started to the end, it was well-rounded song.
What did Pac say? He said, "I came from the gutter to where I'm at." You know, if you think about that, man, it's where everybody, artist that ever starts, comes from the gutter, more or less.
Right.
Maybe not in your life, but in the music business, you ain't nobody when you first come in there. And there's people that step on you and do things to you. But look, I've learned a lot.
Well, in this day and age, you have artists that, like Lil Nas X, said something about him on another episode. He dropped a song on SoundCloud, blew the fuck up.
Yeah, I mean,
it's crazy what you can do now, because back in your day, You can't just up those.
Yeah,
there were no internet.
They control the recordings too. I mean, more or less, like if you had to send a demo tape in, and that thing probably got thrown in the trash more times than it picked up.
I say, or they like your shit, they can steal your shit, and what are you gonna do about it? You may never know until it actually drops.
But the industry itself is hey, I'll come out and say it, man. The industry is crooked for artists. If they do bad things to artists, and I don't care who you are, what you're going to do. They're going to charge you for everything, and you're going to get nothing. I mean, I seen another interview with Prince, what I was telling you about earlier. Prince said that he made millions of dollars. The album sold millions of copies. He said he didn't even make $1 million off of it, and they made hundreds of millions.
I say it's crazy.
It's what you sign. Don't sign nothing.
Nah, like I was just saying with Chuck and Trell, all I need is them to put me in position with shows. I don't want your money. I don't want none of that. I just want to be able to go to a show and not worry about selling the tickets, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on that show, I don't got to worry about no money, you know what I mean?
But then keep getting better, we go to.
But that's what I'm saying, because that's all I need, because when we go to shows, what happens? Then people always engage.
Yeah,
we done shows with juggalos, we done shows at country, we done shows in the hood, and they always fuck with us because we make relatable music and we're real.
Check that out, man. I just got a word here. I'm sitting here with this cat, okay, he just says what he did, and he just said something to me that just it caught me. He said, you said you're gonna go.
Right.
I want to go. I want to go. I want to be.
I don't want to be nowhere. I
want to be where I'm going. But what I'm trying to say is what I just said to you a minute ago.
Mm-hmm.
When I said, listen, everything's crooked in the music business. You said about going up there. Here's what it is. You go up to the top. I'm gonna believe that to make me fight for to go. You gotta go.
Oh yeah.
And that made no sense what I just said because I'm smoking this stuff. He gave me.
I say it's all about passion and drive, and if you don't have that go in you, you ain't going.
Yeah.
And you got to believe that shit. I believe wholeheartedly we gonna blow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I say because as a group,
it's not if, it's when.
Yeah, it's definitely when. Because like I said, we played shows all around. We've been in Kentucky, Georgia, Alabama doing shows, and every time once the crowd actually hears us, and they're like, "Oh, who the fuck are y'all?" And that's why I say I ain't trying to sign no deal for no money. I just need to put me in front of the audience. All I need is them people to be able to give me their ear for just a minute so I can show them what we got. And that's what the problem is nowadays is a lot of these how many tickets can you sell? I need this money.
They want you to do
they don't want it to be off of talent.
They want free shows.
Right.
So they can make the money off the door, make the money off the liquor, make the money. See, that's what I'm saying. People need to know about things like that in the music business, man, because you can make a fortune as an artist if you do it yourself.
I'll say when you start out, get your fucking merch up so you can sell something at the show. Even if you pay to get on a show, you got that merch, so now you can try to make some of that money back.
Paper advertising, definitely advertising.
Yes. And there's a lot of advertising. Don't buy fake views and shit, because YouTube will take your views anyways. There's a lot of good outlets that do real Spotify promotion, real YouTube promotion. Look them up. Sprizzy's one of the main ones I like to use. They run through Google. Advertise your shit. You dropping your shit on Facebook or whatever. Oh, I'm this and that. Nobody cares, bro. You got to advertise to people that don't know you.
Yeah, that's right.
Because being a local artist, a lot of people in the city, they're going to be jealous or they're going to be envious because, oh, they're from the city. I can do the same thing.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
Share your friend's stuff. Everybody in the music business is your friend until they become not your friend. You know where you're at in
right.
music. Because there's people out there that will help, and
Well, that's what got me a lot. Is I like to talk shit, and when people that are supposed to be my homies, I see them sharing other people's shit, but ignore mine all the time. It's like, why do you come up in public like, hey man, your shit's dope as fuck, but you couldn't for free hit that share button?
But there's another thing though, man. Because sometimes I think a lot of people don't understand that you can't worry about nobody else but you,
right?
But the thing is, it's all petty shit.
But when they're supposed to be your people, that's what gets me. It's like I'm not worried about the random people on my Facebook not sharing my stuff. I'm worried about my homeboy that's supposed to be my dog.
Just like I said, when you get where you're at, look, man. Just like I was saying, when you don't get a vibe off somebody you don't like, tell them kick rocks, man. Right. Hey, look, you know what? Somebody in your circle like that will bring you down. That ain't for you. You know what I mean? To bring your whole team down.
It took me a while to figure out the circle we needed. Because the circles we had wasn't it, and now that we've linked up with Lil 9 and Swag.
Shout out to 9 Swag.
I'll say
Gator's Eyes.
Yes, sir. You've seen the difference in the music now that we make, now that we are with a team that's trying to help us.
Yes.
I'll say you can see the evolution in the music. Like when I went and did that album with Lil 9, I feel like my craft went from like here, and now I'm up here.
Most definitely, if I was gonna give out an award for all my sons that do music, I think Cody would be the MVP because he's came from way from where he was when he started. He stuck to it. He's been doing all the business. You know, the business side of it's hard. I know it is.
It's fucking.
I wouldn't want to even deal with
ridiculous.
that, but you know, that's another thing. I have a bad habit of not sticking to things either. That's
Right.
why I never made it anywhere, because you got to stick with it, man. And
Right.
then you get to my age and it's really not there, but it's okay. I mean,
I'll say shit. You blowing up on TikTok right now? I
Yeah.
got 20,000 views on just a little snippet.
yeah, that just blew my head up. I'm joking.
I say you got over 1,000 likes on that bitch and everything.
Yeah, I've read some of the stuff. Yeah, that's cool, man. But you know, music is supposed to be supposed to give it away.
Right.
Good, man. It's good for the soul.
I was gonna say I love that. One of the best things I love is when we did the gathering. We had a few people come up to us and like, "Hey, we've been listening to your music for this long. Your music saved our life and shit." I'm like, "What? My music? You know what I'm saying?"
Yeah.
And that is what I hope to do, is help somebody. Because I ain't gonna sit here and lie. I want the fucking money. I'm trying to blow. You know what I'm saying? If you're slamming, you're just doing it for fun or whatever. You lying. You know you want that fucking money. You know what I'm saying?
This is Bobby Light.
Oh, Bobby Light in the booth.
Bobby Light.
But yeah, I really love making music that's gonna help people. Because while I do a lot of more trap country, like hyper music, I still like doing them tracks that are deep and gonna help people.
Yeah.
Because that's what I really strive at the end of the day, is to help somebody. Because growing up, music is what helped me get through tough shit.
Yeah. I mean, hey, music. If anybody out there's ever been through like abuse and stuff like that, with not even yourself, like your mom's getting that way or somebody you're close to, it's hard, man. And music helps you get through that kind of stuff.
Right, it can be an escape from reality when you don't have no other way out.
And you would be surprised how, you know, 1,000 people couldn't say, "Hey, I don't like that man's shit," but one person likes it.
Right.
That's you know, the right person, man. I mean, you could be bless them, or you can, they can bless you. You never know.
When homeboy told me he's been listening since, what was it? I think it was one of our first ones. What was that song? Not Dreams. It was before Dreams.
You talking about Diamonds on My Wrist, or
No, before where it's got the hook singing. It was just me and Christian on that one. Well, we added Jacob when we actually recorded it in the studio with
Can
Tone.
you pause that?
No, it's fine.
Okay, she's gonna ride past. She's probably gonna say something.
But yeah, I was like, I don't believe you, and they pulled it up on their phone. They damn sure had one of our first 2 or 3 tracks on there, and I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, that's mind blowing that somebody actually had my music from way back then, talking about that music helped them, when I feel like we got a mic too early. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
like we were able to make music before we should have been able to.
I'm surprised. Nowadays, I mean, I did music a long time ago, man, and there's people who come up to me and say, "Man, I heard you before, and I know who you are, and I still got recognition from way back then, you know." And I think that's got a lot to do with by how you treat others on the streets too, because you know, back then you have respect for people around. You know, even y'all young cats in this music, man, have respect for people in this music that's been there longer,
right?
Or even if they haven't been there longer, have respect for everybody. Because if everybody had the same respect for each other, man, it'd go a lot easier for everybody, and you wouldn't have all the drama that goes on in hip hop nowadays. You know,
I was saying that's why we moved away a lot from the trap music, because that's what we started doing, was more trappy type stuff. But everybody wants to be a shooter and be gangster nowadays, instead of just making them like you see artists blow up and they go to prison, like Blueface in jail for attempted murder, Young Thug running a crime syndicate. Like, bro,
here's something
you're making millions of dollars. Why are you still
in the street? Think about that. You know, people don't think about that, but you know, really, if somebody really wants to blow up in this music business, I could give anybody in the world a hint of what it is, man. It's if you can connect with somebody's heart or soul or whatever, if you can get that part of them, you can sell records. And even like ICP did that. Right. They talked, you know, people who were down and out, they came and got a hold of them and said, "Hey, look here." And they got them from the crap they were going through in life. That's why they went there. And you know, that's something I think that God has given us, because there's no way that's evil, because it takes you away from evil spots. So that's why music's so important to me, because it's for everybody, and it's for you. You know, it's right. Deep. It's deep.
Well, that's why we've really resonated with the country rap scene, because there's not a lot of all this killing and promoting violence shit. Because really the last 10 years of rap has been promoting nothing but violence towards young people.
That's what the industry pushes on.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what the mainstream pushes, is violence in the neighborhood. And now you have
alcohol,
13 13-year-olds doing drive-bys and shit. Like it's crazy how music can influence people, and artists don't see that. They just, oh yeah, I'm trying to be popular. I'm out here killing people. Like, bro, you're making millions of dollars. Why are you still in the hood promoting violence when you can be promoting something better to the community you came from?
I mean, shit. You ain't never watched the Jeffersons moving on up. You don't want to be in the same spot you were last year. I don't want to be, you know.
Most
I want to
definitely.
get ahead.
I'll say if I blow up, I'm not staying in Lake City. I ain't staying in.
Yeah.
I might move out to Fort White.
I might find me a place here so I can come back and retire and do what I want on vacations or whatever. But you know, when you're in the business like that, when you blow up like that, you're gonna be on the road anyway. So no matter what you do, you know, you can have spot. You can have houses there anywhere you want.
I say we're gonna be global with it.
Yeah.
Global.
And I tell you, you know, the Beatles were right. All you need is love. That's all. You know, if everybody had that, we'd be all right.
Most definitely, and that's what I want to.
Hey, man.
I try to promote is love in our music.
Yeah.
I mean, I do talk a lot of shit. We have our songs but when you listen to it, I try to at least give a positive message.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Hey, the truth is, you know, I grew up when I was coming up. Our morals meant something, you know. And my dad used to tell me, "You're only as good as your name," stuff like that.
Yep.
And there was always an adult to teach you something positive, and now there's not. You watch TV, it's all about drugs, it's all about everything. Everything's, you know, so easy, it's given to you.
Right.
And it makes weak people, makes weak-minded people.
Well, that's why I'm able to do the things I do, is because my face card's good wherever I go, because I do good business. People know that if I'm the one organizing it, or if I'm the one behind what needs to be done, it's gonna get done, because I'm not going to tell you some shit and then come half-assed, because at the end of the day, if you're not living up to what you're saying, you're not going to book shows, nobody's going to want to fuck with you, you know what I mean?
It's like if my homeboy came to me and said, "Look, man, I need you to get on a song," I would come on that sucker hard as I could, you know, and and there's cats nowadays that get jealous like that if you do that. They'll be like, "Hey, man, you sound better than them, so they won't even put you on the album. They'll just push you away."
Well,
but you don't mean to do stuff like that. You're better.
When I do features, you know? I want you to come harder than me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I got you on here, because I knew you was hard.
That's right.
And if I got to rework my verse to come harder, so be it. I say that's
be about your business. You know?
I say if you need to come harder, bitch, you better delete that verse and come again.
There's too much jealousy in the business.
Yeah, too much.
Way too much. You know, hey. Don't covet your brother, man. If he's got something, try to work harder. He didn't get more than he's got.
Right.
You know, or something like that.
Like when I see Trail and fucking
Yeah.
Chuck and all them dropping music, I fucking love it. I love to see my people winning, even though they're not on my team.
Yeah, I mean, but shit, they're still on our team, but it's not like that. It ain't even like that. Here's how it is, man. We're for everybody, man. You got to be for everybody. And then what you do is you do good business, like you said, or you do good, you know, practice somebody, they do it back.
Right.
And the thing is, man, the first time somebody does it wrong, it's gone. I'm done. Because you got to keep that out of your life too.
I've tried to work with a lot of different artists around here. You know this. I've tried to put people on, and a lot of the times I get fucked because I'm trying to do these and things with people, and they don't have the same drive.
Something else I've seen in this business since I've been, you know, watching things.
Right.
I think that when young rappers come in, these people who record them and do things, you know, do bad things to them, so they hear stories about it. So good people, when they come into good people, they think they're out to get them too, you know, and it's always about that. That ain't what it should be about. You should trust each other, and it shouldn't be a level playing field. Or you shouldn't even be in the music business if it ain't gonna be level.
Right.
I mean, because, you know, you're causing a lot of people, you know, this guy could have had something to say to the world. It might have been a good thing. It changed a lot of stuff, and you kept him out because you wanted to do what you did, you know.
Right. And that's why we really. That's why when we got linked in with Lil 9 and then pitch, I knew it was the right move as soon as we first started doing shit, because they were for us like we were for them. They want to see our shit be good like their shit is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. And it's hard to find that nowadays. It really is. Yeah,
it's hard to find anybody who's honest. I mean, and when they are, it surprises you, and sometimes that's why you think it's a bad thing. You think, what are they doing to me? Are they sneaky? Are they trying to get me? And it shouldn't be like that.
I say when Lil 9 records me, he makes me watch what he's doing, so I know what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
And you got to show.
He wants me to learn.
He's showing you love, man.
Right.
And you got to show that back to him. And if everybody did, it'd be great.
Right. I say when we do shows, who do I got with me? Lil 9 and Casey every time.
Yeah. Shout out to Casey, Gator Times.
In the moonlight. I say any show I do, I try to make sure I bring out my boys, because I know that. Just like they got a show in Atlanta, they invited us out. But we're gonna be in Georgia doing some videos. Shout out OG Black Sheep. Shout out TJ Freaks. Shout out the Sticks. We're gonna be out there in Georgia fucking shooting some videos with them boys. We got a song with the Sticks called Drugs. We got 2 songs with OG Black Sheep. One's called Riverside. The other one, I forgot what the fuck I called it, but it's got him, TJ Freaks, and Adrian Raps. Y'all be sure to tune in because we got some heat coming, but we're already going to be out there in Georgia, so we couldn't really do the show. But like I said, because we pulled them, they do the same for us. Y'all, they got a show, hey, you want to go?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They put, when you have a good team, they'll put you in position to go somewhere instead of, oh yeah, I got me a show. Well, I don't know what y'all doing, but I got a show.
Yeah, they try to brag. Hey, you know, I found out a long time ago, man, in rap music, people brag and all that, they usually don't go nowhere.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there's a place in the music business, you'll run into it where it's a brick wall because the people are honest. And
I say, you got a lot of the same artists I do on my Facebook, and I guarantee you see at least 2 or 3 of the same ones that always talk shit are always the ones that, oh, I quit rap, or I ain't doing it, or should I still rap? They always, bitch, nobody cares. Make your music or don't make your music. I hate that more than anything.
Shut drama.
Right, just shut the fuck up. Either you make music or you don't.
That's your private life, son, you know what I mean? Hey.
Or, oh, I'm the best rapper. Nobody cares, bro. Because guarantee
we're all good rappers.
I was gonna say, if you're the best rapper, how come you still in the hometown?
Hey, Columbia County got great rappers here.
Most definitely. I ain't trying to talk shit on no artists because there are plenty of dope rappers in Lake City.
Lots of them. But hey, look here.
Shit, there's dope country artists, rock artists out in that bitch. We got them all.
I like to hear some of the country artists, man.
Right. I just get tired of that shit talking on Facebook, bro. If you ain't dropping singles behind it, drop your shit and then talk shit. Yeah. Don't talk shit and you ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing for me.
And the video looks like you did it on your mama's kitchen.
Right.
Somewhere like that, you know.
I say, wait till y'all see the video redropping Friday. I shot that bitch on my fucking phone. Shout out Top Flight. He got me right. He edited it up, but you can't tell I shot that on my phone. Re-upgraded now. Dylan done gave me some info, got us a nice camera. That's what we're shooting on now, but you know what I'm saying? You got to make what works, because I wish I could hire Dylan to shoot every video, but it takes money.
Hey, we get there.
Yeah, oh yeah. We damn sure will get there.
I'll be paying somebody to wash my socks and everything.
I don't know about washing my socks because your boy don't ever know wear no socks.
We just had to get brand new socks anyway.
Barefoot game.
You got money like that, you just need socks.
But I got socks. I just don't wear no shoes.
He's got socks on his hands.
I don't wear feet prisons. You know what I'm saying? No feet prisons and no feet tanglers, whatever you want to call them socks you got on, bucko.
Yeah, and if I could get another word of advice to everybody, just don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Worry about what you're doing, and it'll be all right. Everybody be all right. That's
what I'm saying. I see a lot of times, oh, what should I do, or this and that from artists on Facebook. Like, why are you asking people? Do what you do, you bro. What do you feel?
If you can't make a decision about what you want to do with your music, you shouldn't even be doing it.
If you don't feel that beat when it come on, don't do it.
Yeah.
That's why we have so much.
I mean, you can ask somebody, you know, it's in the music business, like your friend or something. If you have a problem, hey man, does this sound, you know, something like that.
Well,
but when it comes to like the petty stuff on the internet, posting what they, you know, telling everybody in the world what they're doing, nah.
Right.
I don't want to live your life. I'm living mine.
Right. That's why when we do songs, I may send it to Gerard or you or somebody, like, what y'all think, but I'm not going to say, hey, do you think I should do this type of song or this? Go in there, do what you want, bro. Make what you want. That's why we have such a wide discography of different genre type songs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we were chilling, we made fucking Country Roads, you know what I'm saying? That was just from us driving around and you came up with a hook and I said, fuck it, let's run with it.
But yeah, I guess I need to start writing probably, but
damn sure need to start writing because hopefully he'll be on more songs in the future.
Maybe. Might do my own song, you never know.
Hey.
But I don't got all the equipment and stuff he's got, so I couldn't be like.
You know, anytime I pull up with a studio or you pull up at my house.
Hey, we do it, man. We do it. Hey, I actually got 2 sons got studios. I can go. I got one here too.
I got a studio. He got a studio. Christian got a studio. Shit, you know, you pull up on Dry. He got a studio. Yeah. Casey got a studio.
Everybody got a studio.
I was saying that's
another thing about music too. Nowadays, everybody got a studio. I came from an old. Hey, we had to record in the kitchen and put this thing up around us, man. Back in the day, and the first stuff we dropped, man, and believe it or not, it did pretty well. But you know,
I say you was there when we recorded our first songs in that closet in Pensacola with
Keep your masters. That's another word of advice.
Most definitely.
Don't let nobody have that. It's yours. You own it. Don't let nobody own that.
Shout out Two Tone for recording us out there in Pensacola, boy. I say, I know you remember we was in that back room back there.
Yeah.
Recording in the closet and shit.
Well, we were killing it back then.
Right. I said, we did like fucking, 12 songs in like 2 days?
Yeah, I think
Two Tone stayed up in there.
Whoa.
Him and our brother Lance was out hanging out while we was recording. I said, Tone record like 3 songs and it was like, hey, this how you do it. I'll mix it. You record it.
I don't even do music. Then I fell out for a little bit. I really cared to, and that's one thing Two Tone did bring me back into music.
That's good.
Word up, that's true.
Shout out the boy Two Tone. He up in Alabama. Him and his brother Sam P.
My boy.
What's hold on? Shaman P now.
Yeah.
I was supposed to say I know he changed his name. Shout out my boy Shaman P. Shit, we just dropped a track with him not too long ago. Y'all go check it out on YouTube. 386 featuring Sam P. Shaman P. My bad.
Like, we
that devil's lettuce get you.
And that's why it's devil's lettuce.
I say, and that's why it's a ShitCast, because we just here talking shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But I think my point was like doing. Like with having artists that want to see, like Two Tone, he didn't know what's none, you know what I'm saying? Record all that shit. Man. I think he charged us like $100 for like 12 songs.
He showed us love.
Yeah.
For sure.
Damn sure showed us love and really put us on, because we recorded, I think, 2 tracks, me and Christian, back in the day with
the Brick City Kings, or what, back in the day?
Brick City Kings, 0 to 100. Yeah. But when we recorded 2 songs here in Lake City with a dude named Cryptic Nothing, I believe his name was. Fucking our homeboy Timmy B put us on to and recorded 2 songs with him, but we were barely out of high school, not really taking nothing serious like that. And then when we linked up with Two Tone, and I count those as our first songs, because I don't know if you out there, Cryptic Nothing, if you got them files, yeah, it might be worth something.
Big money.
Because the only CD I had, dude named Johnny Cook had, I ain't never seen it again, so I don't know where them original tracks went. There's 2 songs out there me and Christian did it. None of y'all probably ever heard of.
Scarecrow.
But yeah, having people that want to see you win is, I feel like, the key to really going and having a successful career, is having people on your team that want to see you succeed just as bad as you want to succeed.
Exactly. They're for you.
Right. Because we've been with a couple of people that weren't for us. And
you got some bad people in that mix too, though, sometimes, man. You got people who you think's for you, it's not, you know what I mean? But that's another thing about the music business, that shit shouldn't be going on either.
I said, I got 2 people that I lean on in the music industry. That's Gerard and Casey.
Yeah.
I say those are the only 2 outside of my, like, Christian, Jacob, and you family. That I really...
Families.
That I count on for anything, you know what I'm saying? Because fucking with a lot of people coming up, it taught me not, you know... Yeah, y'all are dope. I fucks with you, but
when I first met Gerard, I knew he was straight up cat.
Right.
Yeah, I knew. I mean, I could see it. I could see it in. You can read a person's soul, man. When, especially a person who's open and they're not hiding nothing. You know, trying to hide. You know, hide anything. Just
I say he did a track with me. That 4 days track he did with me before. Shit, I think we only had like 3 songs out when he did that track with me.
Y'all blew. Look, man, that cat right there should have been somewhere. I think he should have been famous already. He's that good.
That's why I bring him to every show I do, because I feel like people need to know who this cat is. Like,
they don't know. You don't know, now you know.
Now you know. Lil Nine, Lilnyne. Y'all better check the boy out. I'm telling you, the dopest artist I've ever heard. And he'll give you a run for your money for any artists out there that big, think
R&B,
whatever,
rap,
whatever the fuck it is, he gonna get on it and destroy it. I can guarantee mainstream artists, y'all ain't touching them either.
Yeah.
I say it blows my mind, like people like Lil Nine have not blown, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
especially in this day and age.
Like, this ain't fair. I mean, that's one thing about it too. You don't, there's probably people way better than the artists on the radio now that haven't made it. So I
say, I don't know if you get on TikTok, but this fucking chick named Britt Barbie disappeared. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That shit gets millions of views, but you put a real artist on there and. You know what I'm saying? They get like 100, 200 views.
Yeah, because they control that too, you know?
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy what they decide to push.
Yeah.
And then they call it algorithm.
And or you can pay for it, you know what I mean?
Right.
That's the one thing I could say to y'all. Spend a lot of money on advertising, because you can really go somewhere with that too if you have the money. It's hard to get when you get coming up, I know, but...
I was saying, for all you artists, I ain't gonna pay for advertisement. That's why the fuck you're gonna be a local artist.
Yeah.
I say, if you don't pay for the same 10 people on your Facebook gonna listen, you know what I'm saying?
Anytime y'all young cats can go overseas and do a concert, do it. There's money there, and there's a lot of fans, man, and you don't understand how many fans you build there, and you build in
What's crazy is one of our biggest audience on Spotify is India.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying, what you do is you do just like that, man. You touch people, then you do concerts in places. You find out where that music's getting played, who's listening to it the most. Like you just said, you got to know about the business, man. You got to
say in the U.S., Orlando's our biggest area that streams our music in the U.S. Shout out Sticky L because Sticky, he took us down there. Yeah. He had us up on stage when he did the Doobie show, so that way we could advertise ourselves and then put us on shows out there. I say without Sticky L and Soundbar, if we wouldn't have grown to where we're at now with getting shows and stuff, because Sticky was really the first one to come out here, bro, and put us on a bigger show. And Chuck, he's put us on some bigger shows, but Sticky took us out the city and was like, come out here, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then we got linked in with Crimroll. Shout out my dog Knucklehead. Yeah, Knucklehead. With other artists that are like Crimroll. He's from Pensacola. I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we started doing music. Shout out to them boys in Pensacola doing their thing. Shout out Orlando. Y'all got dope ass artists. You know what I'm saying? Florida's really got a mecca of different artists, and it's crazy that
there's a lot of money for everybody around here.
That's what I'm saying. People get stingy. Like, bro, there's enough money for all of us to eat.
Yeah, everybody.
I'll say, but people are stingy, and that's been a big issue with the music scene, which is why I'm grateful for, like I said, people like Sticky that he didn't have to pull us up on stage so we could throw CDs in the crowd and shit, you know what I'm saying? You know, he ain't have to put us on these other shows he done down there.
I've seen a lot of cats, man, in the business too, when they come up. They're coming up with somebody else, and they leave that person behind, which is, you know, you have to do that sometimes, but you don't on purpose try to jump on somebody to get somewhere. You know, you don't.
Right.
And a lot of cats do that. I mean, they want to win. I mean, but you know, that's what it's about, though. It's about doing whatever you can to get there. So
that's been my biggest thing with the music thing is, man, support your homies.
Yeah.
If you got an opportunity and you know you can help give some love to your boy, pull them up on stage. Like I said, it doesn't matter if you can give them a song on your set or you can just pull them up on stage so that way they could throw their merch or maybe their CDs, you know, show their shirts. Because when they see them up on stage with you, oh, who are them cats? You know what I'm saying?
It's all about the love. It's all about the love.
Right. And us taking Gerard and Casey to one of our shows, they got to sign their first autographs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I did too. I did too.
You know what I'm saying? Because we put them on shows and they were able to reach people.
Yeah, I was passed out in the truck, and somebody said, "Here's a hat," and I said, "What do you sign your name on it?" So I put it out to sign somebody's autograph. I was like, "Damn," but you know, that's something that you'll get.
I say that's always a crazy feeling when people ask for autographs
and stuff like that.
I say our first autographs we did was, I think, at the Gathering. We had a little line of people. We signed at least fucking 20 autographs that day, signing CDs and shit. I know 20 people ain't a lot, but
it's the first time.
That's what I'm saying. That was my first time. I was like, what?
Yeah, it surprises you. You know, a lot of people on the internet. So.
Right, and like I was saying, the Juggalos are weird, bro. I'm one myself, but it's crazy the atmosphere with the different types of people out there.
All my kids were like, you know what, that's another thing about I've always promoted music too, you know, over my kids. I mean, to make them better, I used to rap against them all the time, just mess around when I was younger, and I was a lot better rapper when I was younger. So I was
that's because he stopped fucking rapping and he wanted to play games.
me and my dog Bubba, we rap. It's Bobby Light.
I was saying, I feel like that's key too, is always be on your, you know what I'm saying, always be on your craft. Don't ever let it slip by, especially when you're good.
Yeah.
Because like, you got undeniable talent. You know what I'm saying?
But the thing is about people who do that, there's a lot of people there's a lot of people who don't want to, you know, do music professionally. They just want to do their own thing. But me, at one time I did want to do music, like, you know, get out there and be big, but you know, I'd rather help somebody else get there now. I mean, that's the way it is, because I'm stuck at doing. I like other things, you know.
Right.
While y'all out on tour, I'm gonna sit at home and y'all can just send me money.
Nah, you coming with us? What, you gotta be on stage rocking out.
Yeah, man.
So tell me about some of the shows that you did growing up.
Phew, I did a lot, man.
Tell us about
E4 City, the Rolex, that was hot. That was fire, man. I mean, that was the biggest crowd I've ever seen, you know. There was probably 700 people in that little room. That's the biggest show I'd ever done at the time.
Okay.
And then the next one, we went there, that was nothing. The next one we went to was 10,000 people, and it just kept going up. In the second month, we were down south, because we was up north, then we was coming down south, and when we got down south, there was thousands. I mean, they were sold out. It was we big arenas too, you know, like we'd be in Madison Square Garden. We did shows there. We did shows, and we did a couple in Miami. The biggest show that I'd ever done, I think, was Houston, Texas. And that was the last one I did. I came home then because the Kurt went to jail. But yeah, That was a big show there. There was, I mean, there were thousands of people, man.
Sounds like y'all had some momentum going.
Nah. Well, what it was, we got lucky, man. We went on this little thing where we did a rap contest with some people, and what happened was we won like this thing to go to like the studio and do some music, like, you know, free studio time. So we went in there, and when we was in there was a cat in there, and he was like, heard us, and he's like, hey man, he said, what are you guys doing right now? And my buddy Kurt talked to him for a minute, come back, he says, hey man, this guy's with, you know, a big promotion company, and he wants to hire us to put, he said one of the bands backed out on him in the last second, and we jumped on it. I mean, and we had like dancers and everything we had to go get, you know, and we took off, man, and that was, but it didn't last long because, you know, I rode the wave, but I didn't keep riding the wave. I fell off, you know, because, dude, I mean, you know, we could have, who knows where we could have been right now. Then the younger generation, if you know your parents is behind you and they push you and help you get through getting the music and, you know, paper and stuff, because that's what the hard thing is, getting the record equipment when you're young. I mean, you'll sit there, like I said, man, you'll do recording on this cheap now. But nowadays they got some apps that are off the chain. On
I was about to say they got a lot of shit to help nowadays, because this music is not cheap in the least little bit.
No, and you'll spend a crap load of money trying to get somewhere.
I was saying that's where a lot of artists, I can just make. You gotta have money to make this money in this.
Sure will. You'll spend a lot of money.
I'll say if it comes from buying beats, buying studio time, buying the studio equipment, or whatever you. There's plenty of money that goes into it. It doesn't matter if you're even.
Buy the money.
I'll say even though I got my own studio, I still pay for studio time, because sometimes you need that and need a different engineer if you're really trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
My ear may not be the same as yours, and you're going to hear something I'm not going to hear. So
hey, and listen to people's advice. Sometimes people are right. You know, that's another thing. When you're in music, man, you got to listen to people, because there's people know more than you do, and I tell you what, there's people that ain't as good as you, but they know more than you do, so they can help you with the music business. I mean, they can help you go ahead. You know.
That's why I've been able to elevate like I have, because I stopped having a hard head. Like, let me listen a little bit. You know?
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, you know, people think living way out here, we're in the sticks, man, but we're still, you know, we're doing it, you know. Yeah. And the thing is if you stick to it, you can, and you stick to doing what you're supposed to be doing, man.
Right.
Hey, and your image is something too, man. You're, you know, part of the music business. You don't go get yourself in trouble on the streets, man. I mean, and all this other stuff, because that ain't gonna, it's gonna follow you everywhere you go.
I was saying, speaking of another type of image, you got to have an image to really stand out and get people. People rather see your image than your talent 90% of the time nowadays.
Yeah, it's about what you wear.
I say as long as you can flaunt.
I mean, you can tell. Look, I'm dressed. I'm joking, but
I say you see me on stage barefoot. You're taking the shirt off, letting the fat hang out.
That's because we don't want to stick to the norm. We want to do things. Oh, hey, we're making our own lane.
Oh yeah, that's what I tell. Because I've had people try to compare us to other people and this and that. Like, bro, we're in our own lane.
Yeah.
I don't know how the fuck you say we sound like this person or that person. But
all my kids are talented rappers. I mean, every one of them, man, and they can go a long way. And hey, I'm here with them. I mean,
so how does that feel, having your sons rapping now?
Well, it's cool. You know, at first it was like, you know, because when they first started doing it, I wasn't really wanting to record. I didn't want to do that shit. You know, I was like, and you know, I kind of like outgrew it, the music thing, but I still love music. The whole time I loved music, but I just didn't want to do music. And then when I came back and did the first thing I did with them, I liked it, and so I was like, yeah, it got me kind of excited about it again, and I'm still motivated. I mean, it's good.
I say we got plenty of tracks coming. Like I said, we dropping down here Friday. It's got you on there. It's got our boy Richard William Dickley out of Gainesville on that bitch.
Yeah.
Shout out Redo It Dirty Ride Club in that hoe.
Yeah.
I say it's all about timing. I say it's all about timing, because like he said, he wasn't really into doing the rap no more, and then we did that country. I think it was Country Road, wasn't that one? That the first one you got on with us?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had you on the hook, and ever since we got a couple more.
Run to the face.
I say we got a track, me, him, Lil 9, and Carson Baker, called Let 'Em Out. We got this new one coming out. I wrote a song and he sung it, called Good Friends. Gator Eyes boy.
Gator Eyes?
Shit. You know what I'm saying? It's all about timing.
Yep, it is.
It's all about having your cards in the right deck and making sure you're persistent once you find your lane. Because like he said, he was on the right way, but didn't ride it till the end. Got off early.
Hey, and I'll tell you what, who knows what would happen, but I'm glad I did, because then you guys would have been born and would have been, you know, music would have, everything would have been different in my family life. But as far as that's one thing I try to give my kids advice about music too, because I know how hard it was coming up with nothing. I was
Right.
I was broke. I didn't work. I didn't have nothing. I was lazy. I'm still lazy. But yeah, that's pretty much what it was. And I like to play music, and that's just me.
Well, tell me a little bit about yourself. What makes JayDogg JayDogg?
Yeah, there ain't no JayDogg here.
What makes old Jerry Jerry?
Me, I'm just country, man. I like the woods. I like to fish. I like to hunt. I like to do a lot of stuff. I like to ride a bike, motorcycles. I like to raise hell once in a while. But
Used to be all the time, but now now he a little older in his older years.
Yeah. I'd much rather relax now and chill out. I bet we gotta make some money somehow, don't we?
Got to.
Right.
Got to, and that's what I was saying earlier. I'm trying to get to that rap money. I'm trying to set my son up for something bigger and better than I could ever dream for as a kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Last week was who was you interviewing last week? That was Casey, wasn't it? A few weeks ago, Casey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna be on as long as he was. Y'all were on there for how long? An hour or something? I was like, whoa.
Oh shit, we already getting there, boy. We 15 minutes deep.
Damn, that's enough. Woo.
Yeah.
Killing me. But yeah, I can't sit too long. That's another thing about getting old.
Shit, I'm only 28. My back already hurting. What you mean?
Hell yeah. But yeah, man, anything I give to a young rapper advice is just stay to it, keep doing it, and stay at it, and make it part of your plan in life if that's what you want to do. Don't give up on your dream.
I'll say, like I try to tell people, you make time for what you want to do.
Hey, my son used to ask him, "Do you believe?" That's what I'm gonna ask you. Do you believe?
Man, don't say that shit. You're gonna get Jacob. Just stop saying that shit, boy. Just stop saying it. I ain't heard him ask, do you believe?
I like it. That's why I like it. Because sometimes it makes you come back when they said, "You believe?" What? Believe what? You think about it for a second, and do you believe in what you want? Yeah, I do. That's what it's about.
I say Jacob damn sure believe in his own little reality. I give him that. He in his own world over there.
Everybody got their own lane. Bye.
Own lane. And that's important. Be in your own lane. Stop trying to cloud chase, dick ride, and all this other shit. I see a lot of artists out here thinking they need somebody to do something.
Yeah, you do it yourself.
Do it your fucking self. If you crying because I didn't help this person out and nobody does, bitch, shut the fuck up and do it yourself.
Yeah, do your own thing, man.
I'll say if you ain't learned by now that you got to get out there and do it yourself, then I don't know why the fuck I'm talking.
Yeah.
Because like I said, a lot of artists try to wait on somebody else to put them in position, or you got to put yourself there.
You got to work. I mean, like you said, you got to work.
I was saying, like, you're talking the management side of doing this shit.
That's terrible.
I hit up fucking venues, promoters, fucking radio people. I email, I fucking call them, do what I got to.
You got to
put myself in the position, because nobody else gonna put me there.
Hey, look, you work hard, you can get where you want to go.
Most definitely.
I mean, that's all there is to it.
Most definitely. You've seen the type of shows we went from to what we're at now.
Yeah, you got to stay at it. That's what it is, man. You got to stay at it, and you got to be smart. You got to learn from your mistakes.
I say, if you ain't trying to learn from your mistakes, like I said, why am I talking?
Well, if you've had some snakes in the grass before, you know what they look like. Just stay away from it. Just stay away from it. That's all,
Or at the end of the day, expect a snake to bite you. You know what I'm saying?
Many times. You expect that. A billion times, yeah.
That's why if you gonna have people around you that expect them to be a snake.
Yeah.
I don't know why y'all be acting like, oh yeah, I can trust them this time or that.
You shouldn't have to though.
Yeah. Well, that's what people like to keep certain people around, even though they bad for them.
Yeah, but
at least don't be out here expecting a fucking miracle out of a con man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, I'm preaching positivity here. Don't worry about that kind of stuff. Nobody does.
That's what I'm saying. Just know that that's how he is, and that's how he's gonna act.
That's what it's gonna be like.
You know what I'm saying?
Life. Yeah, hell yeah.
When you know somebody is a certain way, don't expect them to do something different and then get your feelings hurt.
Don't come back.
You know that person. If you're gonna continue to fuck with them, expect that type of energy out of them, because that's what they put. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people like, oh yeah, he's gonna do all this and that, knowing damn well he ain't about what he says he's about.
Hey, but see, the thing about that is and it's just one thing about music. It's a getaway, man. It's a pretend. It ain't real. You can talk about something that you ain't never done before. If you touch somebody, with a song or whatever. But if you write something, you should be able to do it without people getting mad about something.
Right. Well, that's why I try to write stuff I've lived and what I know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day,
I ate my dog. Hey, peace out.
Nah, he trying to leave. He ain't leaving yet.
I gotta get the dog.
He gonna come back.
Come here, Charlie.
This is the 386 ShitCast. He
Good
out
dog.
here trying to run away, trying to get the dog.
Hey.
Oh, there he is. But nah, we out here with old JayDogg, and like I said, we just talking about life lessons out here. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, make the right decisions, you'll be alright.
Make the right decisions, you will be all right. And like I said, the only thing I can say is, like I said, expect a snake to be a fucking snake. Stop having your trust in people that aren't gonna do what they haven't done yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and sometimes you don't follow the leader, but
Oh yeah, never follow the leader.
you know,
Make your own fucking lane.
Right, don't. Hey, sometimes you don't.
That's where it gets
And
a lot.
some people are leaders and some people ain't. So
Well, yeah, not everybody's a leader, but if you trying to be an artist and make your own lane, you got to be a leader. You got to lead your own wave. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unless you make music that sounds like everybody else, then I guess you could just hop on a train. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, and if he ever makes money off this video, I want 20%.
20. Hey, you can have 20%. That ain't shit, boy. So before we get off here, tell them something about yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Tell them some shit.
I am who I am.
Nah, tell them what it was like in St. Pete rapping. What it was like, you know what I'm saying?
I did St. Pete thing rapping.
No, I'm saying, what was it like down there? Like,
I didn't really do rap. I didn't try to rap too much in St. Pete.
No?
Yeah. Well, me and my cousin Ben did. We did a little, you know, back then. That's when I first got introduced to live band behind you, which is awesome. If you play with a band, you need a band or you're not going to go nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes they're better than any beat you can get.
We looking for y'all. Where y'all at? We need a drummer? Need a guitarist?
Yeah.
Where you at? We're looking for you.
And I'm learning to play the guitar, so you better work fast. Yeah, but yeah, I got a lot of years of experience, and I'm
What was it like jamming with Jam Pony Express? You know?
that was a different. That was something that I was a phase I went through with music, man. I mean, it's just some DJing. I like the DJing part of it, not really anything else but that. You know, the DJ part.
Right.
And I only did that when I was coming up because, you know, I was around a lot of cats that did it, so it was just like that was kind of like a trend that was going on at the time too.
Right.
But if you're in the music business, sometimes you have trends too. You'll go with one way. Some music business, some people go one way, some go the other.
Right.
You know, shit like that. But yeah.
What got you to go to rapping from DJing? Since you said that's how you started.
Because we'd make up little skits, you know, during the show. We'd come in and do little beats, and we'd do raps and shit, stuff like that, you know.
Okay.
But I was already rapping then. I was still rapping, you know, like around my friends at school and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah. But it was most definitely a learning experience, and I learned a lot about it. And I'm not that good at it yet, but I'm trying.
So what kind of songs were you and Kurt doing back in the day?
Oh, it was more street music, you know, just like, you know, thug stuff, you know, Tupac kind of stuff.
Anywhere we can ever find them bitches?
Never, because now somebody got our masters a long time ago, so that's why I was telling you I'll protect your masters. I don't have any of our songs recorded.
I know y'all were the first to really show me some country rap. I think I was like 10 or 11 when y'all showed me some stuff y'all had. It was like country rap type shit.
Yeah, we did that. I was doing that, way before any artist was. That's, you know, mainstream, not or big. Yeah, we did it a long time ago, but you know, back then you sold your tapes out of the back of your car or whatever. You had a CD, or when CDs came out. When CDs first came out, it took a long time before I could get a recording machine. They were expensive, you know. Right. And we never used that anyway because we always had a guy that came over there. He had reel-to-reels. We were still using reel-to-reels and the old recording thing, but they were awesome. I mean, the sound was awesome back then too.
So I was selling tapes out the back of the trunk?
Yeah, man. Back then, when you were in the studio, all you had was like an 808 kick drum if you were lucky, and soundboard, and you know, just a microphone and he didn't have MIDIs back then or not like that because we were running through computers. It was all fucking just plug everything in. So you had 90 plugs you were plugging in just to record one song.
Whoever got them tapes out here, let me know. I know somebody still got a tape somewhere. Y'all was selling them out the back of the trunk. Somebody got a tape somewhere.
Hey, I know there's tapes out there. But I've heard a song a long time ago. It's been about 2 or 3 years ago though. I went by a cat's house and he happened to have an old tape like that. But when he went to play it, it was, you know, ruined. The whole tape was snapped already in two.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he had it though. I should have wrapped that tape up, but I didn't.
I was about to say, because we can make that bitch into MP3 for him now.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But shit, you see it's getting dark out here. We out here on the river, y'all.
Boop, boop.
I say we out here in the woods and shit. But y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. This been the 386 ShitCast.
Totem pole.
Had fucking old JayDogg, my dad, today. Like I said, y'all make sure to tune in. We got plenty of episodes coming. We got new shit. We're dropping down here Friday. JayDogg's on the last verse. Y'all make sure to tune in with that one. We got plenty of shit coming. More episodes coming. You know what I'm saying? I just did a one with Country Trail and Chuck earlier. That one will probably be out before this one.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
I'm looking at y'all artists. I'm coming for y'all. Come get on this bitch. Let's talk some shit for an hour. You know what I'm saying? Smoke a blunt. We get into it. We ain't really here for a long time. We're here for a good time.
Promote your city.
Lake City, 386, Fort White, Deep Creek. Shout out y'all. Fucking love y'all. We got plenty of artists on the scene doing their thing. Shout out Static. Shout out Country Trail. Shout out Lil Nas. Shout out Chuck the Martyr. Shout out 386 Breezy. Shout out Bando Child. Shout out AB. Shout out Boog. Shout out fucking Gator. Shout out Top Flight. Zach and Dylan. Dylan the one got me right with this camera we shooting on now. Big shout out to Dwayne shot it. He shot at least 12 of our videos. You know what I'm saying? Lake City really got a whole movement moving. Y'all get in behind it before it's too late, cause we coming. Love.
How y'all doing out there? You're tuning in with DJ Dirty Dan. We out here on 95.27 Ascension Radio. We got JayDogg in here with a new one.
Hey, Nine, this is Rob. Did you record this?
Just another country getaway. Late night at the old water hole. Our boat is tucked